So this is it. It's the Vans Oldskool. Not the Oldskool Pro, it's just the Oldskool. I'm not sure why. I went to the Vans store to try and buy an Oldskool Pro, but they only had the Oldskools now. There is a couple of differences between the Oldskool and the Pro. One being the tag here is now checkered. Used to be red, used to match the same sticker on the back here. The inside, kind of a small note to make, it's now white instead of black with a little checker design on the heel, which is actually kind of cool. Otherwise, the shoe is pretty similar. I love the Vans Oldskools. I've been wearing them for a really long time and bought so many pairs of them. So this review is going to be very biased. I'm going to try and poke out some things I don't like about them as well, which is very hard because I like them a lot. But I will find some cons to go along with all the pros in the Oldskool. So let's start with the number one reason why I love the Vans Oldskool so much, and that being that I have very wide feet. A lot of the skate shoes that I've tried are very tight, especially around the middle of the foot, which is so painful when you're trying to do flips and landing and jumping off your board. I found that eventually a lot of the skate shoes will stretch and will become like the perfect fit, but there's a lot of pain that goes along with that. You're kind of like a geisha girl for a little bit, just destroying your feet trying to fit into these skate shoes. So back to the point, the reason I love them so much is because the Vans, they have a very wide profile. So if you're someone who's got wide, big feet like I have, these shoes are great. They're probably going to be really good for you. You should give them a go because you can just step right into these and start skating straight away. There's no you know, hoping they're going to stretch. I've had a couple of shoes that I've worn hoping they'd stretch and then my toenail falls off after a month or so. So these are really cool that you can just step into them and go skate. Another main selling point to these shoes is the laces. I don't know how they've done it. It must be just the position of where they've put them. Maybe it's because it is a wide shoe that you've got more suede and more kind of like shoe there to protect the laces. But these laces just don't break. Like, brand new board, brand new shoes, you can go like a few months without breaking a lace, which is just like amazing, because I absolutely hate it when you have to stop a session, change a lace, go skate again, and then in half an hour you're already breaking a few laces, like a few of the laces here. That just like destroys the session for me. So the fact that these laces last so long just takes your mind off of your gear and lets you just concentrate on the skating. And finally, before we get into any skateboarding, another great thing about these shoes is the waffle cup, which Vans is pretty well known for. This sole is absolutely incredible. It's like, you can just feel it. When they're brand new, your fingers almost squeak on them. They're so grippy, and that might be a good thing and a bad thing. I love it because of the grip. But if it's a really soft kind of plastic or rubber or whatever it is, that might wear away faster than other shoes. There we go. I knew I'd find a con, but the sole is incredible. The grip you get straight off the bat is just incredible. That combined with the Duracap, which is this vulcanized sole, compared to the cup sole, where they literally just take a kind of molded sole and just stick it to the bottom of the shoe. I much prefer this style where they have the sole and then they wrap that in plastic or rubber, and that just gives such a better board control. So the Duracap is what Vans calls their vulcanized shoes. Time to get into some skateboarding and we'll see how these shoes are. I already know, but you're gonna see how they are.
Oh yeah, new shoes, they just feel so good. They just make you feel like you got so much swag. But they also feel weird, eh? New shoes, like they feel so flat and so rigid. Feel a little bit strange. Let's try and loosen them up a bit with let's do a straight 8. I totally lied. There was nothing straight about that straight 8. That took me ages. Oh, but anyways, shoes feel nice and loose now. Feel good. It's weird to get over that first phase where like the shoes are so ridiculously grippy. So it's good, like now they feel like they're worn in just a little bit and I'm used to that extra grip. All right, let's do some more skating. Some more product testing. Put them through their paces. Let's try no slide. Shove it out. Does that count? No, that doesn't count. That's terrible. Oh my God, right in my shin. Woo! Ooh, there it is. God, these shoes feel good. Gonna try and hit this curved rail here that never gets skated. Ooh, and then maybe a back tail. Oh shit. Oh, I blame the shoes. Bloody shoes. There it is. Ah, you're all right actually. So yeah, I wanted to film this review over a couple of days because I wanted to get a good feel for the shoes. Like, I know them pretty well, but you know, I just wanted to give them a really good skate again with a critical mind this time. First of all, let's take a look at how the shoes look after one day of skating. So, all right, definitely losing some grip over here, kind of chewing it up, but overall good. Laces, not a mark at all, which is incredible. No switch game, really, not yet. A little bit. Something I've noticed with these ones, I don't know if like they're different to the old ones, the Old Skool Pro, but they feel a lot looser around the heel. Like, not so much the bit here, this feels nice and tight. It's this area down here, it feels really big. Like there's a lot of space. So I don't know what that's about. I don't know if like as they wear and they lose their shape a bit, then they get a bit more comfortable. But yeah, that's kind of like throwing me off a bit. They feel almost a bit too spacey in the back there. So I'm here at Norton Skate Park to try out these shoes again. There's a bit more stuff here, so if we can give you a better view. What are you looking at? Sorry, I'm really out of breath. I've been skating for a while. That's what it looks like. Gonna try and get a few lines here and do the set a bit. I want to try out the pop cush and see how that feels on my heel. But yeah, let's try and get another line. Maybe finish off with a tray flip. Oh, people have got their nice cars out today. Little board slide. And then nose manual. Come on. Oh, there it is.
So I've had these shoes for about 1 week now, and I feel like I've given them a really good skate. And yeah, I feel like I've got a good understanding of what the shoe can do. I didn't think I was gonna find anything wrong with it, but there is some cons, which I'll get to. But the pros, obviously the good parts, which I mentioned already, about being able to skate it really quickly. It's nice and wide. It's got amazing grip. Yeah, it just holds out really well. You saw me doing the stair set, which I've not done in a long time because I'm definitely in the dad category of skateboarders now. I've also got a kid coming in November, so I'm definitely in the dad category in November. But the pop cush performs really well, as always. It's nice, thick. I don't even know what this material is. Kind of foam, pop cush. Fantastic durability. It's gonna last you a long time, which is, in my opinion, something very attractive, especially if you're starting out in skateboarding. This stuff is expensive. These shoes were like $100 bucks Canadian, and in 1 week I'm already destroying them. So you know, for me, this shoe is just such a great shoe because it just feels so solid, solid and grippy. And for me, obviously it's different for everyone, but I just feel like I can trust my shoe, which is really important. I know that sounds weird, but like when you're rolling up to a set or up to a rail, you want to have full confidence that when you pop, that board is coming with you and it's going to land in exactly the right place that you can have your balance and then land and roll away. And these shoes, they do that for me. There's just something about the shape, something about the design of it that just fits my foot so well. Let's get to some cons, because there is a few that I was quite surprised about. So there is a lot of wear on the nose here. The nose? What the hell am I talking about? The front, the toe of the shoe. Just there. I was skateboarding today and a piece of rubber just flapped off and was flinging around like this and really off-putting, and I looked down, there's a hole in my shoe, and it's weird. It's not all the way through to my foot. But that brings me on to the next point, because I feel like this time round, instead of the vulcanized edge just coming straight up, and stopping, they wrap it around the top a bit. See how the lip, it kind of wraps around, which is a little bit off-putting when you're skateboarding, I have to say. It feels like there's a little bit less board control than the last Old Skool Pro that I had. The classic, all Vans do this, when you've got this white stripe along the edge here, all of them do this, they start peeling away. That's common, that will happen to your shoes too. The canvas just here is starting to get the classic, what do you call that bit of your foot? The tiny knuckle on your small toe, starting to wear through there. But it's okay, because once you go through this canvas, there's a layer of like waterproof rubber, which is really durable and you won't go through that. So definitely, if you're a wide-footed skateboarder, I would definitely recommend a Vans Old Skool or the Old Skool Pro if they're still doing that. It's an amazing shoe. It's definitely a historic shoe. Vans has been around since the beginning. A little fun fact, the off the wall, that saying is from the old days when people used to skate the bowls and when they were carving the edges, replicating waves and doing cutbacks on waves. When they first started catching air out the top of the bowls, that was Vans off the wall. They didn't even call it an air back then, they just called it off the wall. So it's kind of cool, like nice little history piece there, you know? Let me know in the comments below what you think of the Vans Old Skool. I'd like to know your feedback. Everyone's experience is different, obviously, and I'd be really interested to hear what you think of them. Even if you think they're awful, I want to hear it. Let's start a discussion about the Old Skool. I want this channel to be kind of a community where we can discuss certain things about skateboards, skateboarding, help people who are wanting to get into the sport, and just generally skateboarders sharing information. That's kind of like where I want to take this. So yeah, leave a comment, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time when I do another video. Bye guys.